Welcome back to Decision Sandbox. This is Matt Franklin. Today we're going to talk about how to use AI to build a simple cash flow model. This is the model that we talked about in the previous episode, but this is the actual way that we do it, and just some of the basic steps. I was pretty excited about this. It was pretty fun to do this. I started out with Copilot, and Copilot it's kind of the default thing that comes with your Microsoft suite of Office suite. And it was fun. It was surprisingly powerful, but I kept hitting limits, and the built-in free cheap Copilot, it acts like it's throttled and makes excuses. It says things are too complicated when I ask it why can't it do things. So the potential's there, but Copilot has gaps. Again, it's a great way to learn and get up to speed, but I think Copilot, that was recommended by one of my former colleagues, Daniel, and he really liked using it and highly recommended it. And so I took the plunge. I spent my $17 a month and started working with it. Very straightforward. Very straightforward. Excuse me. And it wasn't perfect, but it was actually pretty good. It makes some mistakes. It'll correct it. But let me just jump in with what I did. I made up the prompt, several prompts, and I sort of interacted with it. It took 6-7 times going back and forth. This is the first one. Imagine I'm adding a new RAV4 to my fleet. I want an Excel workbook model without VBA. I'm trying to decide between the different technologies. And then I got more specific. I want the years across the upper row, cash flows in the lower rows, all the variables on the input sheet with named ranges, and use those names in the formulas. That's right. It's kind of fun, conversational, plain language. Be specific about what you want. And then I took that and I pasted that. This is actually the second attempt. I'm just I already did it, so I'm just repeating it. So I typed this in and enter, and it says, oh, here's what I'm going to do. And it walks through the steps. You can see it thinking out loud. Here's what it's, the thinking, the actions, the mapping, the way it lays out things. It worked its way through. And then when it was done, it said, hey, I've got this TCO model. It's a spreadsheet in XLSX format. You can just download that. And one of the early versions of the model, this may not have been the first version, but here it is. So you've got the input, and with sources. References also, it actually included them too with the URLs, so it kind of double. You could definitely work with it, but this is the raw file that it spit out. So you've got nice the purchase price for your internal combustion engines based powertrain, hybrid powertrain, and PHEV plug-in hybrid electric vehicle powertrain, and it's got values, tells you where they came from, fuel economy, energy costs, and so on that we reviewed in the previous model, but this talks about how to get them. And then in the reference sheet, it does a lot of work for you. It's really nice. The calculations, you can go in and you've got your nice cash flow laid out in the way you described. I might do things a little bit differently than it did, but as a first pass, it was pretty awesome. In fact, in this pass, it didn't get it right that it was supposed to be using range names. I don't know if it did it anywhere. Yeah, I think it missed that. And so then let me just show you here what I had done. So then I said, again, in plain language, this is good, but I see the calculations, the cell addresses are being used rather than range names. Please fix that. So then it fixed it. And then I had another thought, can you include the resale value? It accidentally put things in the wrong place. I kept correcting it. I would find it. But to me, I'm not a fast typist. This saved a lot of work. I actually even had it put like a switch system in. So all in all, it did a really great job on the model. Very positive feeling about this. And yeah, and that's what I wanted to show you today. And with just the right set of prompts. And I will share this file on the shared folder, so you can plug it into in Claude, plug it into Claude yourself, and wind up with your own model. And Anyway, yeah, that was what I wanted to share, and thanks for watching.